Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to VALORANT News. One of the biggest confirmations of the off-season has just come through. Cloud9 confirmed their full roster. Yay's next destination is official. How good though will this team be? Some calling it a super team outright. Are they clearly an S-tier team next season? They're certainly going to have paid the money for this team to go along with that category. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you very much indeed for doing that, with loads of new confirmations coming soon as well. Don't want to miss hitting that sub button. Firstly, to note on this front, new weapon skins that I like that you can purchase, but worthy of note here, they're playing on Split. And, well, this entire video is actually done on Split, released earlier today. Interesting, because Split recently removed from the map pool. They brought Pearl in instead. Split was gone, arguably a questionable decision. But now they're using it in one of these kind of preparatory videos. And also, this guy from Riot, actually, well, Marcus Reed here, Boo, says that map seems pretty cool as well. Tech lead for VALORANT, potentially implying that yes, they made changes to Fracture recently. There may be some changes coming to Split, at which point they can bring it back into the game. We even think there's a new map coming soon as well, so there could be a pretty extensive map pool. Will it be the turn of Bind or another map to finally make way as Split returns? We've seen it in other games in the past, right? The likes of Counter-Strike and stuff, where Cash will go, then Cash will come back in for another map. The same with maps like Nuke, as games will change over time and maps will change and be updated and hopefully improved, and that might be here what they're planning with Split. I thought that was worthy of note. Quickly, this from Stewie. We don't know what his plan is, but we think he might be going down a tier 2 route to potentially join a team there and grind it through the Ascension League. But he confirms here he's flying out to Southeast Asia for some content, streams back Thursday, and then Bleed Esports come in the replies. Now, we know Bleed Esports have an awful lot of money, and look, who knows, is this content for Stewie? Is this potentially some sort of announcement for a potential team? I don't know, but I thought it was worthy of note as well, because we don't really know what the plan is there. We saw the other day that T1, or we heard rumours that T1 apparently are going to sign a very unexpected 5th player, so we'll see what Stewie's plans are going forwards. This also from version 1 confirmed they're kind of teaming up with the Minnesota Varsity League, an organisation based around the Minnesota area. Version 1 Minnesota Rocker have close ties as well, will be partnering up with the kind of VALORANT project. Apparently version 1 are kind of, well, clearly with Zellsis now going to Cloud9, as we'll see in a second, going back from scratch really in terms of what their VALORANT plans are, but they've still got some good players there. Xander, I believe, currently is linked to go to potentially the TSM side, so that's one to keep your eyes on as well. But yeah, seemingly indicating their intentions to at least continue on the VALORANT front. This also quickly from Artist, we think he's going to join NRG, and with the Cloud9 announcement, we can expect NRG to also be confirmed in due course. EG might take a bit of time though, but yeah, Artist seemingly signed a new deal or signed the contract. We think that the rest of FBX are going to go to Na'Vi, potentially joined by cNed was a rumour at a time. I'm not sure if that's kind of still their plan, but yeah, seemingly Artist has locked in the contract as well. So lots going on right now. In addition to Global Esports, they've confirmed well, the final pickups for their team as well. They're going to be bringing in, as you guys can see right here, well, the players that we discussed, Texture from Korea and these other lads as well that we already saw rumoured to complete their roster. So lots going on all around the world right now, but yeah, an incredibly international and global team here from Global Esports, as isn't exactly a massive surprise, but I believe only one Indian player on that team. That may cause some controversy within the Indian community that might have hoped there'd be more of a representation from their region, but maybe that'll be the case over time as the Indian region continues to prove itself. This also further confirmation of what the plan is for Karmine Corp going forwards. Shin and New Zero have apparently reached a verbal agreement with their team to renew with Karmine Corp for 2023, in addition then to the team being this. So XMS is coming in, legendary name from around the first-person shooter side of things if you guys were running around the scene for a few years, and then Scream and Nevera rounding out the team. So that is meant to be the team of 5 for next season. Scream and Nevera going there. There was some talk that the conversations between Liquid and Karmine Corp had kind of slowed down a bit, but no, they will be going for this French-speaking team, as you might well expect, and Scream and Nevera will be leading the line as, you know, the kind of duo that they were last season, of course, for quite some time, since a very long time ago. So yeah, that apparently is their roster. Let's talk Cloud9 there. What a great video they came up with. Honestly, awesome announcements. We knew it was going to be good. Cloud9 generally do a great job with stuff like this in general, but I mean, this kind of epitomizes exactly what they're going for. So kind of some sort of boxing thing going on. We get some VALORANT highlights, and already we start to get the announcements coming through. So yes, Vanity's going to return to the team as the judge. He, of course, the IGL of the roster. And they, of course, had good pieces last year. This team went to the World Championship in 2021. They were considered right up there with the best in North America at that time. There was even conversations they were better than the teams above them that qualified above them for Champions 2021. This past season wasn't so good. Had some issues with their lineup. Mitch is now making his way out. Of course, Curry, right, was brought in briefly. That's no longer the case because some of the former Cloud9 guys went over to, well, T1 as they are now for the Korean region. Zyppan is indeed returning to the roster. So look, a few familiar faces here, a couple of not so familiar faces to the Cloud9 brands. And look, these guys have a lot of money. They've got a lot of resources to make a team like this happen. And look, how does this qualify in your books? They're keeping some of the players. Vanity, Zyppan, of course, Leaf is going to stay as well, as we just saw. Leaf, honestly, phenomenal player. So much fun to watch when he's really on it. And partnering him up with Yay, like honestly, Leaf and Yay are like pure, raw, full potential. That is an absolutely disgusting pairing to deal with. And here we go. Yay officially confirmed to Cloud9. Here comes their video officially announced. So cool stuff. We did hear some rumors as, okay, where's Yay going to end up? Could it be, you know, even a Sentinels was in discussion? Could it be 100 Thieves? He had his options on the table. Probably had offers from all around the world. We heard that he had a $1 million potentially per year offer from the APAC region. But yes, El Diablo, he's going to join. Well, stay in North America, joining Cloud9. We did hear the potential rumors that 100 Thieves may have been interested, but either they weren't interested for that long, or they heard the figure that Cloud9 was offering to sign him for from OpTic, and then decided to go down that route. And Zellsis, he's the final man of the team. So yes, Zellsis, great player, obviously, for version 1 for quite some time, gets brought into Sentinels quite recently and has great success with them, then recruited back to version 1 just in case they got a spot in for franchising, but probably also thinking, you know what, if we don't get in, we can then at least sell Zellsis elsewhere or other players elsewhere and make it happen. So that's the official confirmation. Zellsis rounds out the team. Honestly, I think a really intelligent, lineup across the board. The mix of players that are very flexible but also incredibly talented is absolutely fantastic. Now, look, at the end of the day, the players they're keeping on, are they absolute best in class at their respective roles? That's a question, because Leaf wasn't quite the player at the end of last season and he was a little bit earlier on. How's Vanity going to work as the IGL? This is the team. And also Cupid is coming in as their substitute player, just in case they need a sixth man at any point. So that's the team. I think that's a nice pickup as well. This is the Cloud9 lineup then. Zyppan, Yay, Zellsis, Leaf and Vanity. As we've thought about it might be for quite some time, but still, seeing it confirmed is still rather impressive, right? Because this team has an awful lot of firepower on the menu. But what do you guys think? Does this qualify as a true super team? In my opinion, Sentinels have actually done a good job in qualifying in that respect, just because they've literally gone for the best players from all around the world. Sassy and Pancada from, of course, Brazil. They've got TenZ still from North America. They've got a couple of the best guys from XSET. Whereas Cloud9, they've kept 3 out of the 5 of their previous guys. Yes, very talented players, but does Zellsis and Yay's acquisition, is that enough to really put them into the absolute upper echelon? Personally, I think it should be, right? Yay on any team should be absolutely disgusting. And look, I'm sure he will be, as he confirms right here, join Cloud9 super hyped. So is this the right organization for Yay to join? Is this the right team around him? Coming from OpTic, where, there might have been a world in which he could have gone to NRG to play with the former team, but I guess, for money and other reasons, and the fact that some of those OpTic guys were unrestricted, some were restricted agents, so made it a bit difficult to make it all happen, and Cloud9, I'm sure, gave him an offer that he absolutely couldn't refuse. Will this team be as good as some people expect it to be? I'm not 100% convinced, to be honest. I think there are some elements here, there are some question marks around, but certainly they should be in the absolute upper echelon of North America, and no doubt the world as a result, right? And even Cubit says, super excited for this opportunity as well. So I think there are a couple of questions as to whether these players can kind of get back to their best, get back to the peak performances we've seen from them before. And look, if Yay continues to deliver as he did before, right? But we haven't seen Yay in too many different systems. It's going to be interesting to see him under a different IGL, how they allow him to go off and perform. But yeah, just such a high impact player, as can all of these guys be on their day. Cloud9 is certainly not here to mess around, right? And if you can't get enough of the Yay stuff right now, just wanted to mention for you guys, linked down below will be a video we've just put up on our Breaking Point Valorant channel. We have done this in Call of Duty for quite some time. We're getting into it in the Valorant side now as well. Highlight videos, documentaries and the like will be coming soon. Just getting the channel started, really. We've dropped a video on clips that made Yay famous from even way back in the day to the present day that made Yay, well, really made people know why Yay is the #1, especially operator player in the entire world right now. So check that out. The link will be down below if you can't get enough of Yay content as it stands. So just 2 more things to mention. Firstly, how Bodok is putting together the tier list for Sao Paulo. He's put Cloud9 straight into the S tier. Fnatic are looking very good. Na'Vi, of course, former FPX, they should be solid as well. DRX he's got up here also. Then the A tier, PaperX, T100 Thieves, Leviathan, of course, Liquid, NRG, kind of former OpTic team, go down to the A tier in his opinion. Then Sentinels there, then Lauer as well. So in his opinion at least, Cloud9 are the #1 team in North America as a result of this. They are one of the the favourites to take it all when we get to Sao Paulo in a few months' time. And as Nadeshot said, right, it obviously cost a lot of money for them to put this team together, especially getting Yay out of his contract and doubling down on that being the key piece. Cloud9 need to become the best team in the world, at least in their opinion. And Nadeshot said, look, they'll get their money's worth, right? Like, Yay is not going to disappoint. He's going to keep delivering the goods. But whether we're going to start seeing them deliver OpTic results event in, event out, I think it is still a massive question mark to me. And just to mention real quick, because I believe Slasher, kind of a, Slasher Rod Breslau, or however exactly his name was pronounced, was mentioning that it was actually Cloud9, the team that replaced G2 after all the controversy. I didn't really think this was the case, because I thought it was either Leviathan or one of the other NA teams, which I thought would have been EG, just because EG were surely like the last NA team to get through. You'd have thought Cloud9 didn't have any issues, but apparently if G2 weren't out, then Cloud9 wouldn't have been in, which seems like, I don't know, I don't personally really believe this. I can't find a way to believe it in my head, but maybe EG is just the absolute golden child. But very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, take care, and I'll see you next time.